take this city. We're gonna take the kingdom. We're gonna rule them hard. This is war! This is war! This is war!
I'm here for the win, well, to get it again. The Lord call it taking the kingdom, want what's mine. Taking my time, turning and taking your freedom. Risen from the ashes, after the lashes, call it a beautiful tragedy. We've been on the brink of insanity. It's the end of your days, our calamity. Adding in, grab a friend for the finale. Curtain call on a heathen. We want forever and a day. Why would the pastor lie and say it's your season? Drop a bomb on them, Hiroshima. Drop a bomb on them cause they need it. Scrub it down, planet need a cleaning. Vagabond gone like I'm dreaming. I wanna see the king on the scene. I'm talking when freedom ring. What you mean? It's epic. I recollect I've been indebted, selected to be a soldier, and I'm vetted. The heavenly calling on all of my brethren. These demons been doing the most. So we holding the post to the heavenly host. Turn these serial killers to cinnamon toast.
Yeah, prophets on the corner, and we came to say today. Scoffers gonna test and we gon'
All right. Shalom, shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ. Bless. It's your brothers from IUIC Hawaii. All right, we back at you with another episode of Sands of the Sea. All right, where we come at you with all the current events, all the latest news from the islands of Hawaii, from the islands of the Pacific, or Oceania as it is called. We also going to bring some historical relevance to what happened out here, because, you know, Israel has had a hand in everything, right? So, once again, I'm your host, Officer Hezeki, and to my right,
Officer Ithiel.
All right, and we got another episode for you, all right? I think you're going to enjoy this one. We're going to bring us some history. So, why don't you let the people into what we're going to be talking about today?
So, today we're going to be discussing the roots of the Hawaii sovereignty movement as it pertains to Haunani Trask. Now, I know a lot of you Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters out there always post the videos. Today, you're going to get a lot of insight as to what it was about and where the movement originated from.
Okay. Haunani Trask. That is a very famous name in the islands of Hawaii.
Very famous, yep.
Let's dive in and see what who is this lady? Who is Haunani Trask and the Hawaii sovereignty movement?
That's some good font right there. I can see that. All right. So this is from culturalsurvivor.org, right? It introduces Dr. Haunani K. Trask. Says she was a founding member of the Kalahui Hawaii, an organization that promotes Hawaiian self-determination for Native Hawaiians and Hawaiian self-governance. She was a leading figure of the Hawaiian sovereignty movement, fighting for indigenous rights and railing against American occupation of Hawaiian lands and the hypocrisy of United States policy.
Well, she's not wrong. She's not wrong here. Go ahead.
The U.S. was involved in the overthrowing of the Hawaiian monarchy in 1893, forcing Queen Liliuokalani, I know how to say
there
that.
You go.
I'm from around here.
You come on,
right. Yeah. To
right.
abdicate the throne. Hawaii was then annexed by the United States in 1898 and became a state in 1959.
Okay, all right. So, it looks like she was, it says the leading figure of the Hawaii sovereignty movement, the Hawaiian sovereignty movement, fighting for indigenous rights. I know I've heard her name a lot. She was, she's all over the universities as well. I think they said she's professor emeritus or whatever they call them as well. So
very prominent figure.
Then the question must be, right? If I'm you at home, okay, so what's that got to do with us? Right? What's that got to do with us? And I'm going to take a line from Bishop. It has everything to do with us, right? And you say, how? You say, how does it have everything to do with us? Well, when you start to dig into a lot of the movements that were happening in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, right? Most, if not all of them, were mimicked. What's the word? Influenced by, right? Us, right? Us. Remember. Let's get Genesis 49. Yep. Remember this. Genesis 49. This was a prophecy that Jacob gave to his son. And specifically is going to go into the tribe of Judah. right? Which is the so-called African Americans. So let's read Genesis 49 and verse 8. This is the blessings that Jacob or Israel gave to his sons before he died, right? Each one of his sons. And prophecies in the latter days, All right? Read that verse 8.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Right? Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. All the other tribes look to Judah. Why? Jesus Christ came out of Judah. Right? So read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
That part right there. It says, thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Well, what is this talking about? When you look at all the major movements of the Americas, of oppression, of when things are going bad, who's the first one to stand up and fight? It's going to be Judah. But today we know them as African Americans. That's the name that's the name that was given to them today. But we know that they are the tribe of Judah, right? So when we begin to peel back the later layers of basically all the civil rights movements of this region, I'm gonna say this region because I don't want to say the world. I don't want to say the world, but we're gonna keep it in this region because we are sands of the sea. So we're gonna keep it in Oceania. We still are the ones that everyone looked up to, even here in Oceania, whether it be Hawaii, whether it be New Zealand, whether it be any other. These movements were started by you, black man.
Salt of the earth.
They were started by you. And then the other nations took it and began to try and duplicate it. But it was you who started it. Let's read that, Genesis 49. Let's finish it out.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Right. And not only did Christ come through Judah, the truth has come through Judah. That was the prophecy that the truth would come out of Judah as well. What is that? To Judah first?
Yeah, Zechariah.
Zechariah? You want to get that?
Yeah, let's get it.
I know it's, a lot of people that have never heard this before. Need to tune in to this, to the truth coming out. All right. Zechariah chapter 13, what was it? 12 and 7. Yeah, let's read that.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 12 and verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first.
You see that? The Lord shall save the tents of Judah first. So if Judah was the first to get this truth, then guess what must happen for the other tribes to now get the truth? It must come through Judah going out and teaching. All right? Right, finish.
That the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
All right, let's go back to Genesis 49, finish that. For those that don't know, Genesis 49 is one of the main chapters that we go to when we're able to identify who the children of Israel are in these last days. Because the prophecy also said that we would lose our God-given names through slavery, through colonialism, through oppression. But it's in these last days when the truth comes out that we're able to go back into these scriptures and through history and say, oh, and understand this thing, understand it now to know that we are the children of Israel and we are the tribe of Judah. Right. All right, read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up.
When you think about a lion's whelp, right? That's a young lion, right? In attack mode, right? Fierce, right? From the prey, thou art gone up. Read.
He stooped down. He crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
So this is showing the difference between that revolutionary-minded Judite brother and sister to today, which is the old lion, which is We don't want to deal with that no more.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about that no more. All right. So the reason why we went here again was just to show that the scriptures prove that the so-called African Americans were that one with his hand in the neck of the enemies, were that lion's whelp that was going up to the prey first. And so what happened was, after Judah began to do that, through what? The Black Panthers, right? Various civil rights movements, Malcolm X, right? The civil rights leaders, of course, Martin Luther King as well, SNCC, right? These are all civil rights movements that a lot of other movements came and followed behind. Now you've got the Young Lords, you got the Brown Berets, you got AIM. Anyone I'm leaving out?
There was other groups down in the Southwest, La Raza, all that type of stuff. But the well-known ones, Brown Berets, Young Lords, all those. Yep.
Right. So that's all of that too as well. We're the first to the fight, and then everyone else follows along. Well, don't think that it just stops there, because when other people begin to see the success or even the will to fight, it inspires others as well. And that's what we're seeing right here, or that's what we're going to see, or that's what we're going to find out, is that even in Hawaii, the Hawaii sovereign movement was inspired by black people. The civil rights movements that was going on in the mainland. Right? And Haunani Trask will tell you herself. Matter of fact, let's pull it up. Let's look at the next one.
First tab. All right. You can make it a little bigger. Just a little bit. Yeah. All right, there we go, right there. All right, so this is a transcript from one of her interviews that she had, right? It says, so I truly believe, let's just get to the point. It says number 3. I can quote Franz, we'll go be a little before. I can quote Frantz Fanon in my sleep because I've been reading him and studying him and teaching him for over 20 years. Angela Davis, of course. You begin to notice who my mentors are, right? They're all black people. Not all, but I would say the great majority are black people.
So this is her out of her mouth. This is not someone else, right? She's saying this, and she's saying that my influences, my mentors, are black people.
Can you scroll up a little bit? Right there. It says a Malcolm X calendar.
Wasn't there a part when she said that she listened to him and boom, I'm there?
Yeah.
Is that the one? Is that the part you're looking for? That's up more.
Yeah, we scroll up.
Right there. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
I love Malcolm.
Is that what that's
Let's
read it. We'll skip over. We'll skip down. We'll skim through it. Right. So remember, this is a transcript. So these are her words, her thoughts. Right. It says you have to have little strategies. When I'm depressed, I put on all my Malcolm X tapes. I love Malcolm. He's very funny. Every time I go to give a speech, I play my Malcolm X CDs in the car.
Now, pause real quick. Now, that annoys me when they say he's very funny, because that's to me, I see that as a slight.
Yeah.
Right? As all the important stuff I'm gathering from him, but he's a clown to me.
Yeah.
He's funny. How is he funny and he's your entire inspiration? He's not funny. He's your inspiration.
That's right on the money, because even when we're doing something serious, them curses say we're going to be that astonishment.
Right.
We're going to be the world's funny bone.
Let's read that.
All right.
Deuteronomy 28.
Yep.
Deuteronomy 28. Let's read that. Was it 37?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, let's read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
So this just coming out as we listening to how he, a major figure in the civil rights, one of our major leaders, is funny.
And an austere man.
Right.
But He's funny.
He's funny, right? So that's that curse. Even as great of a man as Malcolm X was, it says that the scriptures say, God says that we are going to become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword. Malcolm X, I need him. He's very funny. I haven't heard a Malcolm X speech yet that I listen to that's really mainstream where he's making me laugh. I just haven't heard that. So that's just crazy to me. But anyway, go ahead. That was crazy.
So I put on all my Malcolm X tapes. I love Malcolm. He's very funny. Every time I go to give a speech, I play my Malcolm X CDs in the car over and over. So by the time I get out of that car, I'm there. I'm ready. There's Malcolm. He's right there. Scroll down. It says, the greatest speech I ever gave in my own estimation was January 17th. And I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to think, to meditate on my speech. I consider myself a great public speaker in a long, long line of Hawaiian public speakers. Hawaiians were enormous orators, just like the Maoris are.
Right. So just keep this in mind as you read down. The Hawaiians and the Maoris are the great public speakers. Maybe they are, but keep reading.
Where would I lost my place there?
Did he move it? Right there.
And the Maoris are. And I sat there and I read all this stuff by Malcolm.
Wait. The funny guy? The funny guy, that's not all the great orators that she just named and qualified. I'm just showing you all how we are the foundation of a lot of anything of substance in the world, but we are always dismissed as not a integral part of it because we're the funny guys. But the great speakers and this and that, that's not us. We're the funny guys. But yet everything I need to get me through, I need to go to these black people. Right? Just know. Just see the subtleties here. That's what we're talking about. Subtleties. Read. Oh, never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. It says, I read all this stuff by Malcolm. Malcolm is like the other side of me. I talk to him. I write to him. He's always there with me. So I sat there while the sun was rising, so beautiful because first the sky gets light before the sun actually comes up. And I was thinking of Malcolm and thinking. And a student had given me a gift, which was a calendar, a Malcolm X calendar. And the first day of the new year, there are all these quotes on every day from Malcolm. And the first one was, I am not an American. I am a victim of Americanism. And it was like the dawn of the ages of Aquarius. And I kept saying, I am not an American. Yes. And that was the greatest moment of my speech.
There it is. This is out of her own mouth. This is out of her own mouth. This is not hearsay. This is not our opinion. It's not our words. She's telling you that she was, as they say, channeling Malcolm for the greatest speech. And she literally repeated him.
Yep.
She repeated him to open her greatest speech. Now, again, I don't think that there would be such a big bone to pick with it if the Hawaiian movements and all the movements gave proper respect where respect was due, right? Now, and I say proper respect because while she mentioned Malcolm, he's a jokester, right? I'm saying the proper respect. I don't think it would be such an issue, right? You know, but today, when you look at a lot of the relationship between so-called African Americans and the Pacific Islander community, you know, it's a love-hate thing. What do I mean by that? It's a love-hate thing because on the love side, you know, a lot of people like black people. They want to be down. Everybody want to be a nigga. Nobody want to be a nigga. Right? Paul Mooney. Right? So that's what we have a lot of. But then on the hate side is, oh, you Popolo, Meuli, right? They got all the same derogatory names for us as well. They don't really want to associate with us or be part of us, so on and so forth. They got a negative feeling when you start talking about black people like we're beneath them. Yeah. But yet everything of substance in their world came from us. And they don't recognize that. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that they don't recognize that. Now, I don't know if they don't know it or not, but this is being brought out to you from Haunani Trask's, Dr. Haunani Trask's own mouth. It is what it is. I don't know. You want to keep reading on this?
No. I think that sells the point.
Yeah.
That sells the point. And the reason why this is important is because that thought process that she has, it trickles down into every part of our society, every part of our relationships, right? And as we are traversing through the local communities or wherever we've been scattered to amongst the islands, right? That becomes our reality. We do things, we work hard, we struggle through it, we become upstanding citizens, but we just the funny guy.
Right.
We just the funny guy, funny gal, the entertainment. Hey, say a rap for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That type of stuff. Right. So even though they can take the serious things from us, right, we're relegated to that comedy aspect or that not so important thing. So when you get people like Julian Hayward, right, his report, his going to the police is not taken seriously. They're like, they just playing with you. Right. You're supposed to be a funny guy. Right. Or when the brother from on Big Island that was called nigga on his job, and they made fun of slavery in front of his face and fired him when he complained about it, right? They said he's supposed to have tough skin. He's supposed to have tough skin. We just playing with you. Right. Right. So none of his work history ever played a role in him keeping his job or them respecting him or anything like that. And they always ask, make sure you show respect. Right. Make sure you show respect. Just don't come acting weird. Don't come acting out of order and stuff.
Right. And as you bring that out, I think that is the big part is they a lot of the local community, they demand respect from us towards them. Yep. But it's never reciprocated. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to be completely open and honest about it, as we read the historical data, as we read the words from the premier Hawaii sovereignty movement person saying she was inspired by, was trying to channel, was trying to emulate black people, by extension, you should look at black people with a kind eye. Yeah. You should.
There should be a high level of respect there.
There should be a high level of respect there.
And what's crazy, because all of this is coming out of the civil rights movement, where the world was getting put on blast for their treatment of black people in America. Exactly. Right? During this time period, it became a worldwide open conversation. Right. Oh, they're beating black people over the head even though they're not doing anything. Right. Right. So now when it comes here, when black people get in trouble or they come into contact with law enforcement, the local population here is already saying, are they criminals? Deport him. Right. He must be from the mainland.
Go back home. Go back go back home.
Right. So none of those things that happen to us on the mainland, if they happen here, it's separate. Right. It's separate because no one can see themselves as the aggressor. We have to be the problem. We have to be the issue.
Right. And I think, this is our job, right? This is what we do, right? We bring forth the truth that we are the Israelites, but in the same time, we also uncover these things that concern our people that are being swept under the rug. And we want to expose it and shine a light on it because our people have had a hand in almost every success known to mankind. Yeah. Even in Hawaii, where they try and dismiss it and hide it, just like everyone else, and put themselves out front and not really say unless you do digging. We have to dig this up. This isn't known about Haunani Trask, right? And she was, like we said, a premier leader of the Hawaii sovereignty movement, right? And the things she's saying, again, like we always say, like, hey, it makes sense. We understand you're colonized. We understand that the white man came over and took everything from you. But we didn't do it. As a matter of fact, we helped you fight against it. Yeah. So, hey, how about a show of, like you said, good relations to their descendants and not just, troublemakers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Troublemakers.
A lot of you brothers that have grown up here, when we talk to y'all reveal that's how y'all were treated, but you just got over it, meaning you accepted it. Right. Meaning you accepted your position there. Right. Right. So your forefathers that fought hard So to get some semblance of peace or to be the man to be respected, right? You're not getting that here. Instead, you just bow your head and say that's the way it's supposed to be. You'll never get no confidence. You'll never stand up the way Malcolm and his people did. But you know who is standing up the way Malcolm and his people did? Dr. Haunani Trask. If you looked, you said one of her greatest influences was also Angela Davis.
Right.
Another known fact is she was influenced by the Black Panther Party. Right? She went to school over there and learned from them. That's why when you see her speech, that's the fire that she brings, the hand movements, the posturing, all of that stuff is that stuff that she got from the Black Panther Party.
And not to add to that point, we're not getting into it right now. Maybe we will on a separate episode. Yep. But the Black Panthers didn't just stop in Hawaii. They went further in Oceania all the way to New Zealand.
Yes. The influence went all the way over there. All the way over there.
Right. So, yeah, absolutely. But that's a heavy point about her having been in Chicago around the founders, the founders of the Black Panthers. And again, that's where, so she's listening to Malcolm and she's around the Black Panthers. And then brought it here and became one of the prominent members of the Hawaii sovereignty movement.
Yep. Even despite that, even despite how much black figures are in Hawaiian history, right? We settled down at the bottom of the water, right? But everybody else is allowed to float to the top and be seen and be shown and become prominent.
Yeah.
Right. That's
absolutely. So what we're showing you, I hope everybody's paying attention, is we are not a side note in Hawaii development. We are a prominent part in Hawaii's development. All the way back from Blackjack to Anthony D. Allen to Betsy Stockton. All right. The names can continue to ring out of how influential black people have been through the history of Hawaii. And now we're just bringing it out that not only on that side, but now also on the Hawaiian sovereignty side, we're influential there too. So you can't dismiss, we're not a side note in Hawaii history. We are a founding note in Hawaiian history. Right. So, you know, I really hope that our viewers are taking note to the significant role that so-called African Americans play in Hawaii's history. Now knowing today that it's because we are the salt of the earth, like you said. Yep. We are the Israelites of the Bible. That's who we are, the Israelites of the Bible. And we always want to make sure in every one of our episodes that we also let you folks know, especially here in Hawaii, that in and amongst you, we have a lot of our people scattered in and amongst you.
Right.
So it is time for you to come out and learn more of this history, more of who your people are. This is Hawaiian history, but trust me, there's a lot more. We've got, you know how they say in other cultures, 5,000 years of history. Right. We got 5,000 years of history too. It's written right here in the Bible, but you didn't know it was your history, right? But we'll show it to you. So come on out, all right, and learn more about your history because you are an Israelite according to the Bible, and you must repent in order to inherit the kingdom of heaven, which is rulership on this earth again.
Right.
All right. You got anything? Any final thoughts?
Just land backing off of that. Sure. Your culture is rich. Right. You should be able to stand up and be very confident about the stock that you come from. Not about who you're associated with, but the stock that you come from. All
right. Hold on. Your fault. Sirach, let's get this last script. Sirach 26, 20. I like that. You know why I like that? Because one of the main things we deal with here in Hawaii is interracial marriage. Yep. But what you got to understand is that when you have confidence in your own stock, you'll recognize that you need to look for someone of your own kindred, like all of our forefathers did in the Bible. Well, not all of them, but like we were taught to do in the Bible. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 20. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed.
This is talking about when you find a wife out of all the nations, right? It says, sow it with thine own seed. Have children. Watch this.
Trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
And that's what you said. You got to trust in the goodness of your stock.
Yep.
Not that it has to be mixed with someone else. Not that you have to associate with someone else. Trusting in the goodness of your stock. Read.
So thy race.
Wait. So what?
So thy race.
You mean there's race in the Bible?
Mm.
Yes, there's race in the Bible.
Bomb.
Read it again.
So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified.
There it is. Come on.
Having the confidence of their good descent.
Right. You come from, like you said, a rich history, a rich lineage, a rich descent. Right. But you have to come around your brothers and be shown it and be taught it.
Yep.
All right. So, all praise to the Most High.
Praise.
Again, that was some great history right there. Hope y'all was, paying attention to that, especially you brothers that live here on the island, so that you know your history and can stand up in your own space, not having to try and take on someone else's.
Partner up.
Partner, all right? Yep. All right, so with that, I think I said any final thoughts already, but I think that's it.
My final thoughts.
All right, well, that's it then.
We in there.
Leave a comment. All right, if you got anything, any questions, comments, put them in the thing below and make sure you donate. All right. So with that, Israel, I'll say shalom.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And